All right, we're going to continue with today's media availabilities here at Richmond Raceway. This time in advance of the Virginia 529 College Savings 250 with the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We are joined by Elliott Sadler, driver of the number one Main Financial Chevrolet. Elliott, you're coming here into your hometown track, looking to possibly lock up the regular season championship and gain those 15 extra playoff points. Also looking for your first career win here at your hometown track. So why don't you talk about what that's like coming in here?
Before I talk about the race, I want to send my thoughts and prayers out to everybody in Florida. Wishing them a safe weekend. We got a lot of friends, all of us do, down in that area in different parts. And one of my wife's best friends is an EMT, and she got called into work yesterday, and they told her she's going to be gone at least 4 or 5 days to help save other people. And she's also a fireman as well, and she had to leave her own family at home to go protect others. So God bless our first responders, and just hope everybody has a safe weekend in that area of the country. To address your question, I love being here at home. We should have won the race here in the spring. It really hurt and still hurts today with the little caution thing there at the end of the race, and we had a chance to win. And of all the tracks that we're able to compete at week in and week out, we definitely have this one circled each and every time we come. And we want to win the race this weekend. We feel like we're going to lock up the points, no problem, whether it be here, whether it be at Chicago, so we can be aggressive and try some things and do some pitch strategy stuff to try to get as many bonus points as we can. And that's that's on our goal. And so we've had a great season to put us in this position where we can be aggressive, and we want to take advantage of it.
All right, thanks. We'll open up to questions. We'll start in the back with Matt.
Matt Weaver, AutoWeek.com. When it comes to the penalties that's been announced over the course of the year, encumbered stuff, at what point, in your opinion, being around this game as long as you have, is competition in the garage and infractions become cheating?
No comment. I hate to be that way, but I don't want to get in that. You guys are smart enough.
We'll go to Sean in the back.
Robertson, CBS 6 here in town. How are you?
I'm great.
You were in a similar spot last year. You'd already clinched a playoff spot. I think you had the points lead going into the playoffs last year. You're in a similar spot this year. What can you take from last year's experience and do a little differently going into your playoff run this year?
Yeah, I felt like we did everything right last year. We had a lot of momentum on our side and felt like we got through the playoffs pretty well. I mean, I think that the biggest thing that hurt us was the not having my crew chief at Homestead and trying to race for a championship. So I think what I learned as a driver is it's all about Homestead. I mean, that's what gives you the trophy. So if we just cross our T's and dot our I's and do everything we're supposed to do as a team and put ourselves in a position to go to Homestead, that's what it's all about. So that's really what I've learned from last year, is to stay focused on that. That's the ultimate goal, and that's where we want to be.
We'll come down here at the front.
Hey, Elliott, Tim Perrell with the Times-Dispatch. How are you?
Good.
Have you noticed any differences with the flange fit car, and how is it driving?
Hey, that's a good question. Some of the NASCAR guys came and talked to me after practice, and I don't really see a difference right now. The car sounds different. It's got a different smell to it, from the stuff that's burning off inside the car. It definitely sounds different. I guess the vibration through the body is a little bit different, so it had a little different feel through the seat. But all little stuff, nothing major. I think the biggest difference is going to be when we start beating and banging on each other, what pops out and what doesn't. Or if you break something, how bad will it affect you? We all kind of know you can beat out sheet metal. We're not really sure what you can do with these cars during the race if you flat-sided, if you hit the wall or what have you. So I think we'll learn more through the race tonight and kind of what we have to work with. But as far as being out there by yourself and practicing and stuff like that, not a major driving difference from what we're seeing on our team.
We'll go over to the right to Dustin.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. You just mentioned about last year in Homestead. You said you felt it hurt you not having your crew chief there. So many times we hear drivers say, or at least give the appearance of it's not as big of a deal that the crew chief isn't there when they're suspended, because there's so many ways of communication. You can FaceTime, and there's so many other people in the garage. So how exactly did
Is
you
that
feel?
Cup teams or Xfinity teams?
Probably more so Cup teams.
Yeah.
I know there's probably
They have
more
a lot
depth.
more
There's
depth, yeah.
But how does it impact in what ways? Because we hear more. We don't hear that side of it as much.
Yeah, I think Cup teams can get by with it a little easier because they have so much more depth and they have so many more engineers and so many more. On the Cup side, crew chief has a different role, in my opinion, than what an Xfinity crew chief does. The Cup crew chief is more about people and setting a schedule and working with guys and working with the driver, and he has more of an engineering help and support group that's really running all the sims and doing all the setups and things like that. And it's just a lot more depth on the Cup side. Xfinity side, when you're working with the same guy week in and week out, and not only is the Xfinity crew chief working and managing the team, also communicating with the driver, he's doing 90% of the setups. It's just a different job title. It's kind of the same experience calling a race and things like that, but he just has so much more on his plate. Cup guys have so much more depth, so many more people on the team because they have more money to work with. They do a lot more delegating. So if something does happen, another guy can easily kind of slip in that position. And that it's way more hands-on. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Any additional questions for Elliott? All right, Elliott, thanks for joining us. Good luck tonight.